Hello guys, my name is Vicky Nune, and I am 6 years old, and I made a story called The Magical Flying Castle. This is my very first story, crafted from a book in my imagination. The Flying Castle Mystery. Once upon a time, in the magical land of Fairyland, there lived a kind and gentle fairy named Olivia. She had the most beautiful castle, tall towers that shimmered in the sunlight, crystal windows that sparkled like diamonds, and gardens filled with glowing flowers. One day, Olivia's best friend Daisy came to visit her. They laughed, played, and danced in the castle grand hall. But when Olivia flew back home, after walking Daisy to the glowing river, she gasped in shock. Her castle was completely empty. A mystery stranger, Layla, fluttered inside her, heart racking. The furniture was gone, and everything she had was completely empty. The trees and everything fell on top of her house. Instead, she found a tree house. Instead, someone never lived in it. Well, she never knew what would even happen to that treasure house. Well, now she got shocked and cried. What do we do? Well, a man that was came from nowhere, just gave some random money. He was a small little guy wearing a green hat, carrying a golden pouch. Without a word, he handed Olivia a big full bag of gold coins. Who are you? Olivia asked. The little guy just smiled, winked, and disappeared into the trees. If he was never there with the gold, Olivia quickly restored her castle, bringing back its beauty and worth. But something felt wrong. That night, as she was resting in her cozy bedroom, she heard a soft rumbling sound. Suddenly, the wall castle shook. She rushed to the window and gasped in horror. Her castle was rising into the sky. Oh no! Olivia cried. What's happening? She looked around and saw hundreds of fairies fluttering inside the castle. Their wings glowed bright, but there was something else. A shadow figure hiding behind the tower, tying balloons to the castle roof. It's a trick, Daisy shouted from the ground. Someone wants to steal your castle. The castle was going higher above the clouds, different higher. There was a bad guy on the ground. Who is tying the balloons? Stop right there, Olivia shouted. The wand glowing with magic. The bad guy shouted, always wanted a flying castle. Now it's mine. Olivia is not going to give up. She summoned a strong gust of wind. The bad guy lost his balance and tripped over the hill. Olivia sighed in relief. But the castle is still going higher and higher and higher and higher. Then she saw a single balloon on the bottom, tied to a stick on the ground. Daisy pulled the balloon string, and the green hat guy and her best friend. Slowly, castle started to descend all the way. It drifted lower and lower and lower until it landed safely down. Oh my, that was a giant trip, she said, into the air of clouds. I wanted to stay there and have a picnic. On that day, Archie scaffed a special spell that said, no one is entered. This is a house with no words. And no balloons are allowed here. Inside this house, she was like, oh my, this is the best. Who would ever do this? All fairies lived happily ever after in the beautiful, 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 beautiful castle. The end.